Right. So now our backend is ready. We have this headless agent service where we have this method called invoke agent. Using this, we can invoke the agent which is currently residing in the other Salesforce org, the master Salesforce org. And although maybe this Salesforce org does not have Agentforce enabled, data cloud enabled, but with the help of this agent API, it can invoke the agents which are residing on the parent or like master Salesforce org and can use the generative AI for providing better recommendation. Now in this lecture, let's see that how we can utilize this Apex class to show the recommendation on the library application. But before that, in this org, let's see what we have. So in this org, we have this books object. In this one, we have like 30 to 40 books added right now. 40 books are currently added here. And to display these books in a very nice way, we have this LWC component here. This entirely a single LWC component where we are showing all of these books in a tile manner, the name of the book, the genre and the language, the price, and we also have this favorite icon here. So all of that is coming up here, and also we have this search facility. So very traditional LWC component where you display the records and allow users to search for it. So here if I search for any books, that also I can do that. So that's our LWC component. And I have loaded some books record, and let's go back to our IDE. So in this IDE, I have loaded some books record in the org. So this is my books. So this is my CSV data that I have loaded. Again, for this also I utilize my cursor. So here, if you see, I ask cursor to access this books object. So this books object is here in the objects tab. All the fields are available here, and whatever the fields are available, that is here. And I instructed cursor that help me with the sample data creation for the book C object in my sandbox org, generate a CSV file with around 30 to 40 sample records. So you see, I did not prepare this CSV, but rather I utilized cursor to generate this CSV file, and I just did a data load. Maybe I'll add this CSV file also in the resource section so you can do a data load. And after that, to display these books, we have this LWC component. So this is our LWC component. Let's just see this. Again, I utilize cursor to generate this LWC component. 90% of the code was written by cursor, and I just made few changes here. So here I asked it to generate this LWC component, and that is what it is using right now. So here, this is a very simple LWC component. So we have this book library here, and we have the ability to search for any books here, and a button to search for the books if you want to. And then finally, all the books that comes from the Apex class. So we have this book controller here. In this one, we have two methods: get all the books, so basically querying all the books and displaying it in the card manner. So for that, I'm utilizing this method. And when users search for any book, for that we are utilizing this method. So these are the two methods of this class that this LWC component is using. So once we have all the books, that books we are displaying in this card manner. And then this is the recommendation section. So you see, whenever someone clicks on the favorite icon, so this is what will show up, that pop-up or a notification showing the recommendation coming from the master org. So for that, we have this template here. The moment I make show recommendation as true, this will start showing up on the UI. And now let's go to the JS side. So in the JS, we have got both the methods from this book controller, get books and get all books. And get all books is a wired method. So once the component loads, it get all the books, and that's how the component is rendering. But our focus is on these two methods here, which is the one that we created in our last lecture, the get session info and the invoke agent. So as we discussed, this get session info is something that I'm invoking in the connected callback. So in the connected callback itself, we are going to call this get session info. And if you remember, what we are doing in this get session info is we are going to first get the token in the get. So this is, we are going to do only one time in the connected callback. That's why I'm calling it in the connected callback. In the connected callback, we invoke this, which is going to get the token, and using this token, it will invoke the agent API, which will generate a session ID, and it will return back the session info containing access token and the session ID. So this is what we are calling here, and then we are storing that session info in this JS variable. So we have declared it here. Session info is object. So in this one, now we will have our access token and session ID. So whenever we want to make a call out to the other org's agent, we will utilize this session info, because this will have the session ID and the access token. So that's it. In the connected callback, we are just invoking this Apex method that we created in our previous lecture, and it will give me the access token and the session ID. again, you can have a better implementation for this. You can store the session ID or maybe the access token in the platform cache. You can store it somewhere else in some object instead of storing it directly in the JS. But for this example, I think this is fine. And then we have this handle search change, which is just searching for the books and showing all that. So all of that is here. And then we have this important method, handle favorite toggle. But before that, let's just see that if our session info is working or not, because I have logged it here. So the moment I refresh this component, connected callback will run and it will invoke this method, and we should see the session info, which is the session ID and the access token. So let's just see that. So here I can open the log panel, and let's move it to this side. Okay, so the moment I refresh, the connected callback will run. Right, and you see that in the connected callback we got the session info initiated. So we got that session info wrapper. This is having the access token and it would have started a new session. So that is here. So this is the session ID. So now when we have to make a call out to the agent, we are going to pass this session ID as well as this access token. Again, not a very safe implementation. Just storing the access token in JS is not a very good implementation, but that is fine for this example. Okay, so now let's go back to our JS, and here I was talking about this method, handle favorite toggle. So the moment someone clicks on this star icon is when this method will be invoked. And first of all, we just show a toast message saying that this book is added in your favorites. Again, we are not doing anything. Ideally, we should create a record saying that all of my favorite books. But for this example, I'm just showing a toast message that this book is added to your favorites. And then we are invoking this method called get recommendation. And in this get recommendation, we are just checking that if the session info is not null, which means that in the connected callback, if we have the session info or not, then we are preparing this message, which is the prompt that we are going to send to our agent. So whichever the book that user has currently clicked on favorite, from that book, we are generating this message dynamically. Find recommended books similar to the book name that the user has currently clicked on, language, the book's language, and the genre. So this is the prompt that we are going to send to our agent. And then we are invoking this method. We have seen this method in our last lecture, invoke agent. So this is basically this one. So it requires the access token, session ID, and the message. So that's exactly we are passing here. We are passing the access token from the session info. We are passing the session ID from the session info, and we are passing the message which we just prepared here. So now we know that what it will do is it will invoke the agent API, passing this message, and after some time it will get back the recommendation. Once it has the recommendation, we are storing that recommendation here. It could be a rich text or a simple text message coming from the agent, and we are making show recommendation as true. Because of that, what will happen is here on the HTML, this show recommendation will become true, and then we will show this, this notification will come from the right side, and it will show all the recommendation here in the lightning formatted rich text show recommendation. And then if you want to go ahead and improve it, then you can add more buttons here that whatever the books that is coming from, if the user wants to request for those buttons, you can have a button here saying that request for these books, and then the librarian can raise a change request and the books can come to this library. So that's how we are utilizing this agent API in this LWC component, and let's just see the demo of it. So this entire LWC component is like showing everything. It is showing those books, it is allowing for the search, and it also has this recommendation section. So let's just see that here. So here we can search for books, and then when we go ahead and search for and we go ahead and make some book as a favorite. So this is where that action will be invoked for the Gone Girl. So the book name Gone Girl, genre is thriller, and language is English is what the message will be prepared, and it will be sent to the agent. The agent will respond back with this text. So this is the response that it is sending, and that's what we are showing as a book recommendation. So in this case, although we are invoking the agent, the users are not directly invoking these agents, but rather from the backend we are doing that. So similar to that, if you have more agents in your master org, you can invoke all of them. Like maybe at the checkout you want to invoke some agent to do some calculation, you can do that, and the users are not directly invoking these agents. Again, this LWC component is actually a very big one. So I'll add this LWC component in the resource section. You can go through it to understand what we are doing in this one. And this book object as well as this sample data, everything I'll upload in the resource section, so you can just So you can just deploy this into your org and create some sample book record, and set up your master org with the data cloud and the agent, and then test this agent API if you are able to see it working. But I hope you understood the concept. The understanding of the concept is important. Why would you build these agents? These are nothing but service agent only, right? So in the master org, they can be deployed to service cloud and people can use them as a conversation agent. But for this particular org, this is acting as a headless agent, which it is invoking for different activities.